Marcelo Ghetto, mayor of the city. You now tuned in to Nolazine TV. Jeez.
Okay. Well, shit, we already did the interview last time. We ain't gonna ask you where you're from. We gonna get on subjects.
I'm from New Orleans.
We gonna get on subjects about these youngsters. Like we were talking last night.
Let's talk, man. Let's talk. I'm always prepared to talk for game.
So, what's your advice to one young artist trying to follow on like in your footsteps?
The game changed. It's a whole new ball game. So like, I mean, like it'll be a good thing to go back to the old wave of things. Like that's what we doing now. Like for us with the management companies now, you got to bring things back to the old ways, like posters and being directly in front of people. Because when I was around, we had to go to every project and put posters in everywhere. It wasn't no social media. It was a new ball game.
Like streaming word now.
It's easy to put music out. Like, but I knew the publishing companies went to streaming a long time ago to try to get things right between the publishing. That's why we don't make that much money on streaming. But like, it's just like, back then we had to go get CDs pressed up and you had to hand them the person right there. It's as simple as clicking a button. So it kind of saturates the market, but it makes it easier for you to hustle. Like it's an easier hustle.
Okay. So what's your advice to a rapper that's like in the streets and he trying to figure his way out?
You gotta pick a side. You can't play both sides. Like I tried that shit for a long time, and it's like once music start feeding you, like you gotta understand that that's your opportunity to get out. I think like sometimes these young dudes be trying to keep it so street, but you don't realize like that's the worst thing you can do. You can't, you like a lot of niggas get rich and then start trying to play street. That's like the opposite of what we used to do. You get rich to get out the hood. I ain't saying don't go hang in your hood when you need to be there and shit like that when shit going on. But just to be going back there posting up, like you can't do that kind of shit. You see that kind of shit. And we just saw that shit from Nipsey Hussle. Like you think you get that love, you gotta expect the hate. When the love comes, you gotta be prepared to take the hate. It's gonna come. It's coming.
Okay, I have a question I've been with that. This is a question I should have answered you last time. Yeah, I ain't turned my own shit down, bro. We gonna add a question. Okay, how difficult it was to actually be signed to one label that was mainly from the Cali and also used from the Magnolia, and it was beef around the time.
Like listen, like the thing about that was, like it was a lot of people I was supposed to sign with, but like you got to come to the thing of this. It's about feeding your family, and I had to go to where the check was and the people who was gonna make it happen. Now, like I couldn't wait. I was too deep in the streets to wait. And my godfather was Victor Newman, and Victor was connected to every project, but he just happened to do a deal with Dodo because they was locked up together, and Dodo gave me the opportunity. Like when I first did that shit ain't sit right with a lot of people out the Magnolia, but we made it make sense. Like once motherfuckers start seeing, like a lot of things, when you start trying to do them, it's not gonna make sense to a lot of people. But believe it or not, like that was the biggest one in the city at the time. I brought the Cali on the Magnolia, and I brought the Magnolia into the Cali, and the shot get fired. But it was because everybody understood that it was on some money shit. Like with this money, it's a different ball game. Like a lot of niggas not in beef for nothing, so it's hard to squash it. You can squash some shit with just buying some money. You just gotta pay a nigga, you gotta give him something. You being dead, you can't pay no nigga. Nigga being dead, you can't pay no money. You slap a nigga or something, he's not giving you your money. You just saying, I don't want my money no more. Right? It's just about the resolutions. Niggas gotta learn how to solve problems instead of grabbing pistols and all that kind of stupid ass shit.
Okay. So I'm like, what adventures are you on like besides music? Because I see you doing like management now.
Management, I'm working with Nelson Empires. I got Big Homie Management. We doing a podcast. We about to shoot a movie. We do merch, but like what I really want to get back into is like artist development. Like a lot of these artists, a lot of them be doing a lot of stupid shit because they don't have no OGs around them. Like a lot of these kids, a lot of these young dudes, they ain't have no. We always talk about the eras of like the 90s and shit like that, and some of the 2000s. Dudes ain't have like no uncles. A lot of them ain't had no dads. They was in jail. Those things that they did. So ain't nobody from them look up to. So they don't understand the game. Like they respect who they want to respect.
All right. Okay. So growing up, like who influenced you far as to start making music?
Cool G rap. I got influenced by Cool G rap, like, cause like when I first started rapping, like a lot of people used to be like, a lot of people used to tell me, "Oh, you really can rap," but I learned my rap skills really came from like New York and shit like that. Like I wanted to be, that's what the fuck I wanted to be. I really wanted to be a rapper. I just got into the business shit because I ain't have a manager for life. Until I started fucking with Dream Management, I ain't have a manager my whole career. Like I want to do everything myself.
Oh, but shout out to Dream Management. I know what that is. Okay. So, as far as the artist development, what artists are you working with right now?
With a lot of any artist in the city, like I could say I'm working with any artist in the city that's doing something. Like anybody that's trying to do something, I'm working with. But right now, we working with King, Female Moolah, B3, 5. Shit, man, it's a million artists. Like anybody who moving around, International T, TY, Young Jules, Young BG. We work with any artists who we ain't just doing it. Just because we're not managing you don't mean we can't help you. So like we working with every artist. If you just need to chop some game, we just start doing some shit with cakes too. Like so we trying to help anybody. We just trying to get the city to have some kind of unity. Once they get some unity, we'll figure it out. Everybody keep talking about we should be like Atlanta, but Atlanta got unity.
So for the people who don't know it, for the people who actually don't know what artist development is, please explain a little bit more.
Well, like listen, like you see a lot of artists get in front of the camera and say all kind of stupid things. And a lot of them just don't understand the game. It's like preparing them for the big leads of it. Like you got to be prepared for interviews. And, you know what I'm saying? You got to be prepared on how you deal with your fans. And certain situations you got to know not to blow up in front. Sometimes you just need somebody around you just to, it's like good cop, bad cop. You got to always have somebody around you to let you know like sometimes you may be slipping. All the development is really just like preparing the artist to be a superstar. And like a lot of artists don't get that you're a superstar overnight. So when you get a young cat who comes straight from the streets and he become a superstar overnight, you gon' get the bad with the good. And there's nobody that'll tell him like shit like you're doing something wrong. Which you can't fault the artists. It's like a lot of them don't have no OGs around. So it just it's more or less like helping them understand that you're bigger than you already know you are. But you gotta be prepared for it. You gotta be prepared to get to that spot where you want to be at.
Please explain what a 360 deal is.
360 deal is them eating off majority of everything you're doing. Like concerts, merchandise, music. And what you gotta understand with the 360 deal is it worked for certain people. Like I always felt like this, like own your name. Once you own your name, like you could get into a 360 deal. You just gotta watch how you sign. You do a 360 deal for 2 years, and after the 360 deal is over, you still own your name. So you still own like the brand that you build. And I always tell people that about brands too. Like we try to sell people things that we want them to buy. Don't sell them things that you want them to buy. You got to sell them things that they're already buying. Just put your name on it, so it's easier for them to buy it. They already got to buy this shit anyway. But it's easier to make people buy things that they're already buying. That's what support is. That's when you can say a motherfucker ain't supporting you if you're selling Fox and you know they buying Fox. You got to buy Fox. You need to be out. You got Fox with your name on it. I don't care if it's $1 higher or some shit like that, but that's when you're looking for support. When you selling the same thing everybody else selling, it's hard for people to support you because everybody connected to somebody in the music business. That's the problem with the world, though.
Okay. So I remember last time you did an interview and you were speaking about mailbox money. Can you please explain a little bit more about that?
Mailbox money is copyright and publishing. If it wasn't for copyright and publishing, I wouldn't still be doing music. Like at the time it's been times when I've been in a fucked up predicament and went right to the mailbox and it was a check there. But it's copyrights and publishing. Like you gotta own your own music. And when you own your music, you understand the streaming sites. Like every 1,500 albums, every 1,500 streams is the album sale. Like a lot of motherfuckers don't know that. That's why you can get album sales by streams. Like every 1,500 albums, it just comes up to the same. Every 1,500 streams, it comes into the same amount of money as a motherfucker buying your album. So that's why they'll count streams also sometimes as album sales. You know what I'm saying? You make a little change off them, but streams heavy. And the only reason why we get that kind of little money is because of the publishing companies went to streaming before this shit started, and they just didn't make the right deal. It's like they didn't see the future. They didn't understand that people would be streaming off computers now. Now this shit done blew off.
So, as far as Mr. Marcelo, tell your fans something about you that you don't show on your social media.
I can tell you everything about the Bible, and people probably wouldn't know that. Like I'm very spiritual. That's something that probably people wouldn't know. Like I'm super spiritual. I'm in church before the janitor get there, especially on when the weeds be bad. I'm there. I run the church out.
So what's the average day like for Mr. Marcelo?
Ain't no average days. Like when I wake up, it's to the grind. I don't know what the hell gonna be happening. You know, it's studio shit. Fucking with a lot of artists. Like I just like fucking with young artists because I just be trying to stop them from making the mistakes that I made and show them like as soon as you get a following on social media, like you gotta make yourself a brand. Like nowadays, like we fought to try to be brands. Like in order to be a brand in my time, you had to be on TV. Now you can be on social media and you can be a brand. But I think the only thing that, like I think the youngsters teach us a lot, but I don't think they by money coming so fast, you miss a whole lot of opportunities. Like every time I get around the youngsters, I be like, I'm gonna show you how to make money with no hands. When I say making money with no hands, I be talking about making money without spending no money. But you just gotta figure out your niche on it. But sometimes motherfuckers be making so much money, you'll forget the small money. The small money is what's adds up because you ain't spending it. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people will be so big, but don't have merch. Like you don't have a website. Like if you got good content, you should be swinging them to your website. You swing to your website and make motherfuckers pay 99 cents to subscribe to your website instead of them subscribing to you. Why send people to subscribe to YouTube? That's YouTube. Why not get them to subscribe to your website for 99 cents? If you got that many followers, you got a million. If you got a million followers, like I always say with your social media, there's only 15% of those people that's there that really support you. Sometimes it's look-a-who's, sometimes it's hate, but once you start understanding that, then you get it. But like, if you do a website and you get your fans to subscribe to for 99 cents or $2.99, but you put content on that bitch that you only can see there, like you gotta just. I'm a hustler. Like it's only certain motherfuckers that I see in the game that think like dope dealers. The people who think like dope dealers, they still around. Jay-Z, 50 Cent, P. Diddy. Niggas gonna always be around. They think about dope. They think like dope dealers. Dope dealers never enough money, and it's always another hustle around.
You right. Okay. So describe your music like using like one word.
Reality. I could rap forever, boy. Like this year, this about to be my last year, like doing music. Like I'm gonna do an album called The Final Chapter, but I'm gonna fall back. Cause I don't wanna be no nigga who rapping when I'm 50 years old. But don't get it twisted, I can. Like that's like, I read a lot, I watch a lot of TV, so I see a lot of things that's going on, and I'm educated. So ain't nothing to rhyme some words, that ain't the kick of it. But I'm gonna put more time into like just helping other motherfuckers make some money, like that management shit. Like there's a whole lot of young niggas that need us and they wouldn't be making all these stupid mistakes. Like right now, in this time and day and era, fucking rappers is like dope dealers. Them niggas the target is on them more than it is dope dealers. When you got an old nigga around you, if I'm around a nigga, it's certain shit you not gonna do. So I don't care, you might do that shit when you're around me, but like, you ain't gonna get both of you. You're not about to get me killed on no stupid shit. And sometimes some of them young niggas just be needing somebody around them to be like, that ain't the only thing you could do. It's another way we could do that shit. It's different ways we can handle that shit. But if you feel that same way tomorrow, I'm gonna roll with you. But you just feeling that way off anger, so I'm not about to roll with that shit. If you think about that shit and you feel like that way tomorrow, then we gonna figure it out. But other than that, if you feeling like that today, let that shit go. We're gonna figure it out. If it's that bad, we'll figure it out. And sometimes they just don't have OGs around, like you gotta have niggas around you who have something to live for. If like I don't like when motherfuckers be saying I ain't got nothing to live for and all that kind of shit, like you gonna get the fuck from around me. Cause I got a whole lot to live for. We don't mix this Earl and water. It's not about to happen. We're not about to do this shit. When you figure out that you got something to live for, then we gonna fuck around. Other than that, I'm not fucking with you. I got too much to live for. I got kids and all that kind of shit. I got kids, a lot of these young niggas is. You not, so that's not, my kids can't get me fucked up. So you know I'm not about to let nobody else get me fucked up, but I ain't got no problem with holding in my mouth. I always say, either you catch it, miss it, or you get hit with the pitch. And sometimes them young niggas only need another option. Like that's it. Like if I see a young nigga about to go do something stupid, it's my job. I ain't gonna stop you and I'm not gonna tell you what the fuck to do. But I'm gonna tell you it's another way you can handle that. I'm gonna be like, say, well, you about to go kill that nigga, you know you're going to jail, right? You know there's 100 people out there. I'm just putting that in there. Now, I ain't about to grab your gun and be, no, I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to put myself at risk like that, but I ain't gonna let you walk out the door and just be like, that's a stupid young nigga. That's not about to happen, not with me. Not on my watch.
Okay. So far as your podcast, chopping game, like what would you be doing on there?
Listen, when I first started the podcast, I was on some, I want to talk to the old rappers like I did one, and I did Partners in Crime. And it showed a lot, like Partners in Crime showed me a lot of things that people wanted to hear, but now I'm thinking about, we got to bridge this gap between the youngins and the older motherfuckers. So I want to interview the young niggas. Like I want to see what's that in between to where like the YGs and the OGs got so much static. Why? And I'm not saying the YG's wrong or the OG's wrong. Cause the OGs do some fucked up shit too, don't get that twisted. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta bridge that gap and see just what the fuck it is. So majority of my shit gonna be all these young niggas. Like I wanna see what's on your mind, I wanna see how you feeling. And I wanna know like what's the problem. Like I wanna see the kind of niggas around you. Like it's gonna kinda show if you're gonna last. Like you be surprised. Like I can tell you a lot about the two niggas who you hang with the most. They just like you. And it'll tell me a lot about you. So I can see them two niggas around you and I can tell you a whole lot about yourself. If you got the wrong two niggas around you, you probably gonna be a crash now. If you got the right two motherfuckers around you, then you might succeed. But I want to bridge that gap between, because I consider myself an OG, not no triple OG, because it's still niggas who I get game from, like older niggas. And it's still young niggas who I learn a lot from. Like, a lot of young rappers, I stay around them because they teach me a lot. If it wasn't for them young niggas, I wouldn't be around. They taught me the new hustle. I ain't give a fuck about social media and none of that shit. Until, like my little brother was like, it took me 2 years to get to Instagram. 4 years to get to Twitter. I ain't give a fuck about it. But then I started understanding like this is the new way, but if it wasn't for the young niggas, I wouldn't know that.
You're absolutely right. So, have you ever been on a ghostwriter?
I ghostwriter a whole lot. Way more than you would think. Like,
yeah.
Way more than you would think. Like, way more like, I don't speak on records that I ghostwrite. I even gave niggas records. Like, I fuck your head up behind records that I gave niggas. And I mean, gave them genuinely, like I wasn't tripping on it, because some shit don't fit me. Like, when I started this OG, I take that shit serious. Like, before I started that OG Love the OG series, maybe like 6 years ago, niggas, it wasn't cool to be no OG. That shit was not cool. Like, and I always say, I made that shit cool. I make young niggas want to be over. I show niggas it ain't that bad, you know. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with me. I'm still living the same life niggas live. I just prioritize different. We just have different priorities. That's it. When you get older, you just have different priorities. That's just that simple.
Okay.
I'm still be ghostwriting. No problem with it.
Nothing wrong with it. All right. And like last but not least, tell everybody where to find you and also where to find your music.
My music everywhere. Like I had some of the shit going on with iTunes, but they posting all the music back up. But Marcelo Ghetto is the Twitter, just like General Seller with the Instagram. I don't even know my Facebook shit, but I ain't hard to find. Like I check my own DMs and all that kind of shit. Like I make myself available, but available to a certain extent.